Every WWE superstar we've sat down with has this radiant personality. You are electric. I can feel
Hers is the biggest.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Number one, easily.
Thanks.
And with that, you can do so much.
Oh.
Do you have aspirations beyond WWE?
Oh man, I just love performing. I love talking. I love and now writing. I love writing. So we're gonna have to chit chat later.
Absolutely.
We have the same agent
have
like
the
we said when we
same
started.
agent.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that is your
can't
agent.
whisper it into
That
the
is your
mic.
agent.
Like, is it Brad? Is it Brad?
And so, yeah, man, yeah, I did my degree in acting. And when I was gone for those 7 years that we never talked about.
Yeah, I love how you like
we never
skipped
talked
past
about.
it. We all laughed and she went, anyways. So it's like, oh, she was in prison, 100%.
So for those 7 years, I'll give you a quick recap. I went to Orlando, did a personal training diploma, was like, oh, no, I don't want to be a personal trainer. I like training. I don't like training other people. They just stand at me and jiggle their fat at me. They go, how do I get rid of this? That's all anybody ever says to you when you're training. And they grab it right there and they go, how do I get rid of this?
Since I figure it out.
Every single time. Every single time.
I was going to ask you that. Now I'm not going to.
You went from failing PE class to failing people in PE class. You were like the worst trainer ever.
Yeah.
Just skip the PE, man. Just get out of it.
Skip it. Become professional wrestlers. It's the only way. And then, so from there, I went, and my mom was a flight attendant. She was handing in her resignation. She was like, you want me to hand in your resume? I was like, sure. I became a flight attendant for a bunch of years. And then in that...
Hold on.
Hey, buddy, we're landing. Buckle up and put your fucking tray table up, all right? You don't want to piss me off, buddy. Enjoy your nuts.
You were a flight attendant?
I was a flight attendant.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
For Spirit Airlines.
Man, I would have
There's
gone
no
away with so
turbulence.
much
She's-
more.
Bro, can you imagine an anti-masker on her flight? I don't think so. Okay.
So and then in between I did some mad stuff, like I went off and did like practice Muay Thai in Thailand and taught English as a foreign language, and just while I was doing that, and then I left that, and then I went back to college and then did my degree in acting. And I did that in Ireland in a college called the Dublin Institute of Technology, and then went to Columbia College in Chicago. Then finished my degree in Ireland again. And then when I was done with that, I was trying to get work, and I was handing out my resume left, right, and center, headshots, whatnot. Couldn't really get anything until they were filming The Vikings, you know, the TV show?
Oh, yeah.
So my resume landed on somebody's desk, and they looked at it, and I had all this physical experience, you know, scuba diving, random stuff that I'd picked up in the 7 years that I was gone. And of course, wrestling. And they said, oh, a stunt woman. So they handed it off to the stunt department. So I get a call from the stunt department of Ireland going, hey, Rebecca, you do stunts? And I'm like, yeah, I do stunts. That's what I do. I do stunts. They're like, oh, cool. Well, we're doing the stunt driving course. Do you want to come down, hang out? We'll see if we're a good match. So I go down, do the stunt driving course. Was awful. I'm a terrible driver. But anyway, we hit it off. And they were like, well, do you want to do a stint on the Vikings? I was like, yes, I do. But I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I was like, well, look, I was good at wrestling. I was real good at wrestling. Wrestled all over. We'll go back. I wrestled all over Japan, wrestled all over America, moved off at like 18, kind of 15, and was all over the world doing this thing until I gave up. And so I was like, well, maybe if I go back to wrestling school, take a few classes, and then I'll take what I know from that, apply it to stunts. Nobody will know that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Y'all are cursing, so now I feel like I can't.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking hell yeah.
It's great. It's great. Anyway, and so then I went down to this class, and the guy who was teaching the class, my friend Joe Cabray, he was like, "Oh man, you still got it. Would you ever think of doing a WWE tryout?" And I was like, "Nah, man. You know that time has passed. I'm not wrestling anymore. I'm acting, I'm doing stunts, and he was like, well, I think you should go for it because I think you'd get it. And like with that, I was like, that's it. I have to, because in those 7 years, every time I journaled my whole life, I would just write about how I had unfinished business. There was things that I wanted to do. I wanted to main event WrestleMania, but look, my time's passed. I got to move on. I've got to move on. I just kind of treated it like a death almost, like it was something I just had to grieve and move on from. And then when he said it, like it felt like I was just being pulled, like, oh, this is what I was meant to do. This is my purpose. And all the steps along the way, even though at the time I didn't know what I was doing, I felt so lost. I was like, this is it. This is it. This is what I'm meant to do. And then I got to WWE, and I was awful. It was back to PE with Mrs. Corcoran. I was so in my own head. I couldn't put one foot in front of the other. And every day I was on the chopping block. Every day I think they were like, this girl, I don't know what we're doing with her. And so, but here I am. I made it through. I made it through. So that means that if I can make it through that and still come out and be the main event of WrestleMania, then I can get beat last night and come back better than ever.
Let's go.
Bring it all back.
Can I ask what age you were upon your return to wrestling?
Upon my return to wrestling, 25.
Great age.
But I'm just curious how you had chalked yourself up at such a young age.
As in,
like you thought it was over. You thought your wrestling career was over. Time has passed, but you're 25. You could still do anything at 25. You could do anything now. You could still do anything anytime.
50, 60.
That's
even.
true, right? But at the time, the actual cutoff for women that they were looking for was 25. They were looking for women from age 18 to 25.
Oh, it's like a Leonardo DiCaprio situation. 25 was kind of like the cutoff where they just.